and Holly reveal Charlotte's deepest and darkest secrets.
It's Queen City Confessions with Miguel and Holly. Hits 96.1.
If you want to get your confession in and remain anonymous, put the word hits with your confession and send it to 96893.
Here's the first Queen City confession. My grandma has been single for years, and she finally met a guy she's head over heels for, which is great. I am so happy for her. But they can't keep their hands off each other.
Oh, no.
I'm talking full-on PDA, kissing, touching, giggling like teenagers. And while I get that she's excited, I don't want my kids to see that during Christmas dinner. I have no idea how to bring this up without embarrassing her or myself.
Oh.
Who gonna tell grandma that she need to stop kissing Mr. Johnson?
And at the same time, how many years they got left?
Right.
Like, maybe they should just enjoy whatever time they do have. And maybe it's a young grandma, though. Maybe, like, if it was like a 90-year-old grandma, wouldn't you just be like, get it? Get it. But if it's like a 50-year-old grandma, then you got to be like, hey.
Right.
Rein it in.
Hands off at the dinner table. Can you wait 2 hours?
Can you wait? Like, what did you used to tell us?
Right.
Follow your advice.
Here's another Queen City Actually, I'm curious. Have you ever had a freaky grandma or grandpa that was kind of like this around your kids? How did you handle those conversations? Like, did you tell them, like, hey, knock it off? Or were you like, well, they're old, let them get it?
I just can't wrap my mind around it because my grandparents were older. Like, they didn't do any of that nonsense.
Oh,
like,
girl, no. My grandma was a church lady. There was none of that ever. So that's why I'm curious if you've experienced that before. What was that like?
I don't understand what that's like because my grandma usually be like, Ed! Like, just screaming at my grandfather. Like, just, it's different. I don't know.
1-844-HITS-961.
1-844-448-7961 or text the word hits with your message and send it to 96893.
Here's another Queen City confession. I was on call for work on Thanksgiving. My parents went out of town and nobody else invited me to a Thanksgiving dinner. I think I was forgotten. I would usually feel jealous, but thankfully I'm not. I'm happy for all of them, but still a little sad for me. I spent Thanksgiving home alone and ate peanut butter and Ritz crackers for dinner. I feel like I feel bad for you, but sometimes, and especially I know this moving to a new city, you have to sometimes make yourself be known because especially on Thanksgiving, and it's hard to hear this, but there's so much going on that I'm sure somebody was like, oh, where's, whatever your name is. And then they went on to the turkey was burning or whatever. So it's like sometimes you have to be like, hey, I'm in town. My family left. If y'all have any open spots, I'd love to be able to, stop by for dinner.
Because I do know most people on Thanksgiving think, oh, everyone's welcome or like my table is open.
Right.
But they can't necessarily go around and remember to ask each individual solo person, especially if they don't know if you've got plans or not. Yeah, sometimes advocate for yourself. But if you didn't mind it, sometimes being alone can be joyful. I don't know about the peanut butter, though. That makes me sad.
I'm about to say you could have ordered something, girl, from somewhere else.
Got some of that, like, turkey or ham from Honey Baked.
Here's the last Queen City confession. My boyfriend wants to get a tattoo to honor his dad, who passed away around this time last year. And I completely get why it's so important to him. But the quote he wants to get is, first rule of driving, assume everyone else is a stupid a-hole who wants to kill you. It's something his dad used to say all the time, and I know it means a lot to him, but I just think it's kind of stupid. Like, do you really want that on your body forever? I don't know how to tell him without hurting his feelings, especially since it's tied to his dad. Do I say something, or do I just let him get it and cringe in silence forever?
I have experience with this.
Oh.
Let him get it.
Oh.
Even if you tell him it's stupid, he's going to get it anyway. And now he knows you think it's stupid. Like, by the way, that's a long quote to tell. Like, where are you putting that all across your back? That's
on his
long.
chest.
But, like, I had an opinion on a couple of tattoos that my ex-husband got. One in particular, and I was like, please don't do this. Like, you don't need this. He did it. He did it anyway. Because he's a grown man and he can do what he wants to do.
Right.
So yeah, he's just gonna do it. He's gonna do it anyway. And then there's gonna be a tiny bit of resentment there, especially because this wasn't the case for my ex-husband. It was just something he wanted to do. especially because it's with this man's father.
Yeah, that's hard.
Just shut your mouth and hope he doesn't do it on his forehead.
And they spell everything correctly.
Yes.
I'm curious, what's the weirdest or craziest tattoo you've seen someone have or get before? Call us up 1-844-HIT-961.
1-844-448-7961 or text HITS with your message and send it to 96893.
Holly, you can't read the latest text.